This is the standard of good works that can establish peace in society and can end enmities. And this becomes apparent from the next commandment, which is giving like kindred. When somebody does good to someone else, he should not follow it up by reminding him of his past favors. Furthermore, treating the cruel as though they were your kindred is even more virtuous than doing of good alone. The best example of how to treat one's kindred is the example of how a mother treats her child. A good mother serves her child continuously, but never reminds her child of her favors. When she cares for her children, she is not doing it with the intention that when the children grows up, she will force them to look after her. By reminding them of how much or what she did for them during their childhood. In fact, she cares out of love and compassion. No matter what race, religion, or nationality a mother belongs to, she continues to bear the same feeling of love for her children. Hence, this is the relation one man should have with the other, and this is the feeling one must hold for the other. Only then will enmities be converted into friendship. Only then will peace and security in societies prevail. And only then will the world be saved from a catastrophic war. God Almighty widens the circle of His mercy for such people who have this love for their fellow human beings, and they are saved from natural and seasonal disasters. Having mentioned these three good deeds, God Almighty has pointed out three evils. The three good deeds can only be developed when a person abstains from the three evils. The first of the three evils mentioned is fasha. This is the Arabic word. Meaning of this word is an evil that is known only to he who commits it. If we reflect, then we will see that there are many evils that man commits that he alone knows about, whilst he continues to appear pure in the sights of others. However, we have been commanded that in order to maintain peace to a high standard, we should save ourselves from such evils that only we ourselves know about. The second evil that we have been warned against is munkar, which means an evil that outwardly causes no harm but upsets people. And the third evil is baghi, which means an evil that is both internally and externally manifest and that causes harm and grief to people. So, unless these three evils are removed, a person cannot perform the good deeds required to establish peace and love in society. This, in brief, is the teaching which I said is to be expected from a true Muslim. This mosque of ours has been built for the worship of one God and to perpetuate these principles amongst Ahmadiyya Muslims, so that the people around us come to know the true teachings of Islam. And when Ahmadis raise the slogan of love for all, hatred for none, it is raised in this spirit. I assure all of you that my words are echoed by each and every true Ahmadi. To try and make the world become a heaven of peace is our duty. It is our responsibility to make the world recognize its Creator. The purpose of our creation is the worship of God. The world can have no fear from those who hold such an objective. At the end of the verse which I presented before you, it is stated that you may take heed. And these words mean that a person must always remember that he owes an obligation to God Almighty and to God's creatures as well. You must acquire the good deeds that I mentioned earlier and abandon the evil pointed out and strive to discharge these rights. Only then will you be known as rightly guided. Only then will you be considered to be true servant of God and to be amongst those who understand the purpose of their creation. If today man really wants to be successful in establishing peace, then instead of finding fault with others, he should try to control the Satan within. By removing his own evils, a person should present a wonderful example of justice, of doing good, and of giving like kindred. He should discharge the rights of others, and only then can trust be developed amongst people. As a result, true peace will be established. There can never be a guarantee of lasting peace if every person considers himself to be correct, constantly finding fault with others and hurting their sentiments. Nor can it be established if the followers of one faith mock and ridicule another religion, its founders, and his teachings. And nor can peace be guaranteed if people outwardly express positive attitude but bear hatred within their hearts. Today, when we talk of the global village and of wanting to save the world from destruction, we have to strive more than ever before. The current situation prevailing in the world indicates that despite the fact that we understand that if there is another world war, the entire world will be affected by its fallout, we are nevertheless slowly moving towards it. That was the message I gave to the parliamentarians also, as has been mentioned by one of our honorable member of parliament. My prayer is, may God Almighty enable man to discharge his duties to him and his creation so that the world can be saved from this horrific destruction that looms over us. Finally, I would like to say once again that I am very grateful to you, all of you who have taken the time to listen to me. May Allah reward you for that. Thank you very much.